got 400 ELO the past few days using a line that I kinda stole from a subscriber of this channel, and that subscriber is PokeSlow. So here is a team around Umbreon up on the lead, while at the back Shadow Donphan will take the spotlight of the safe switch, and of course the closing part will be taken over by Cofagrigus. So this team has a lot of potential. I like how crazy it is against the meta, even against the worst counters. As you're gonna see on the entirety of this video, you are gonna have at least one chance to finish them off and turn around that very bad lead with your backline. So Shadow Donphan can go in here, and Donphan with energy can be deadly, especially if you can land the earthquake. However, here we're gonna bait for it, and of course we're gonna get the shield. This Pokemon though runs the move Charm, and we're getting Meltdown, so we have to switch out at some point to our Cofagrigus and start farming down all that crucial energy. We know now that they are only on their final Pokemon after this Charmer goes down, and it is gonna be a Confusion user on the face of Hypno. Let's go with a Shadow Ball number 1 and another one to finish them off. Of course, they might survive with 1 HP, I believe, but still right after one Shadow Claw will just seal the deal. So this team that I saw from PokeSlow is absolutely amazing. I got a bunch of ELO, and one of those bad leads that I was talking about earlier is gonna be a fighter. So let's see how well we can manipulate this outcome, because we have now Donphan, which is just gonna dominate against Surfetch'd, and like any other fighter, Surfetch'd is always glassy, so we can take advantage of its non-existent bulk, and we can pressure with kind of a spammy move like Body Slam up against that Pokemon. Before we go down though, we're gonna get to the cheap move, the Body Slam against the next Pokemon. However, it ends up being just a Cofagrigus, and at this point we're just gonna go down. Of course, we have the perfect answer for this Pokemon, and that Umbreon can go absolutely to town. So we know now that they have a Surfetch'd at the back alongside their third Pokemon, which is still hidden, but we can always expect something like a Mach, something like a Ninetales at the back. So let's see if we can stand correct at this point. Last resort for big damage, still not lethal, and it is gonna be the Cantonian Mach at the back. So we might have after all a very good winning chance, even though we had a very bad lead. So yeah, we gotta block and respect the damage from potential Dark Pulse. The opponent here goes for the Thunder Punch. Can we somehow win this battle, trainers? Because they survive, still reach to the move. Is this a Dark Pulse? Oh my goodness, we are already on the red. Can we farm down before they do? Of course we can. Just one Shadow Claw will seal the deal. Absolutely crazy outcome. Even though they baited, even though they had the upper hand with the lead, we still won, and I'm telling you, this team is absolutely awesome. Into the next one now, another fighter up on the lead, another bad day at Go Battle League and my Go Battle weekend after all. So we're just gonna go out to our Doncic, and yeah, Doncic, look up magic, will just go in there pretty nicely against this Politoed. Gonna get the shield, then switch out to my Umbreon, and right here, as you can see, we can tank whatever this Pokemon is gonna throw, and right after we can still overfarm before throwing our final move. And doing so, we can guarantee that even when Machamp returns at some point, we will still have some energy to throw. Of course, I'm not already there, so I'm just gonna switch out immediately to my Cofagrigus, and they end up having a Registeel at the back. Okay, this is absolutely playable, especially with the 2 shield advantage. So as it seems, we might be on a very good spot after all. They have Flash Cannon, which is pretty good for them for this matchup. They can charge up much faster. However, they are getting down to my next Shadow Ball, and they have nothing to do now, especially without a payback on the Machamp, so they back out. So into the next one now with the Blastoise up on the lead. So this is one of those leads that it's kinda neutral, but at the same time kinda bad for us. We cannot switch out for sure, because our Donphan is just gonna get melted down by those water guns. But of course, this Blastoise that I have already showcased on my channel is so safe against a lot of Pokemon and can pressure even for the CMP gains. So as you can see here, they can go pretty easily with that next big move. and now they're gonna switch out to their Umbreon. Good news here is that we have a counter user at the back. Bad news is that this Blastoise is still alive, and even with that little amount of HP, it might be kinda deadly to my Pokemon, especially to Donphan, if we are not careful at all. So what I want to do here is to pressure for that next shield, and as it seems we can do that because here comes my Body Slam. Are they gonna expect it? Oh my goodness. Okay, down they go. I thought they were gonna block. Now Blastoise returns, so yeah, this is what I was telling you about. We're gonna use the Body Slam. We are energy dry. Guess what? We got one more Body Slam before fainting, this time on the Mac at the back, and we're gonna draw the shield. So it's all up to our Cofagrigus. I'm just gonna call it. This is not gonna be a Dark Pulse, just a Thunder Punch. Let's go, trainers. Now the Dark Pulse to try to grab that shield out of the way, and right after, one Shadow Ball will be more than enough to finish off this Mac and send it back to garbage. So yeah, this team is absolutely awesome. PokeSlow did an amazing work building up this line, and I think this is one of the best ones that I have used overall in single type Cup, so that's why I'm showcasing it to you. So into the next one now with a Patchy Riswap on the lead, pretty neutral if you ask me, but at some point I want to catch one Thunderbolt on my Donphan because it is gonna be double resisted, so why not do that? And this Pokemon only knows electric type moves as far as I'm concerned about, so yeah, there goes that, but it is on the contrary pretty bulky, so those foul plays can easily be taken and eventually they might finish us off, but I want to try to catch here. We cannot do that, but of course at the back they have a Vigoroth and I can totally play around it, especially with my Shadow super effective counters, so a Body Slam has to be appreciated damage wise from this Vigoroth, so I'm just gonna pop out the shield, and we have the energy advantage and I can always win that CMP race. And I remember that on this battle I was trying to tap on that Body Slam, it was never pressed, and that was a pretty big deal for me. Anyways, able to reach to the Body Slam. They are gonna block because they are already on the move, but the CMB can be won by my Donphan, so it all ended up pretty well for my Donphan over here, and Doncic will be out of the way as soon as possible after I farm a little bit, of course, because now I have secured my next Earthquake and they cannot farm down at all. So Earthquake from Shadow Donphan for Luca Magic. Let's get that victory, and that will be an amazing ending to this battle. What a nuke. Into the next one now, and we're having Berserker up on the lead, so obviously we're gonna resist those Shadow Claws, and of course we're gonna get destroyed down by the close combats. So with that in mind, I'm just gonna get to the double foul play, and I know that as soon as I bring them to my first foul play, they are gonna throw their energy, so then I will press my next one and they're gonna be kinda forced in using a shield. So what I want to do is to try and catch one close combat on my Cofagrigus, and even if I don't care that much because I can still farm down by sacrificing a shield with my Cofagrigus, and now we are both even on shields while I have preserved my Umbreon for the end game. Who knows, perhaps they have a cough of their own at the back. And speaking of the devil, here is the coffin. Let's get to the Dark Pulse for big damage on the Cofagrigus, and that was a mistake because obviously I should have gotten to my Shadow Ball, but I was thinking that perhaps I could go for a double Dark Pulse right on the edge, and that was a mistake. Anyways, gonna go in now with my Donphan and I will try to farm down as soon as possible, knowing that I can win the CMP against Cofagrigus for sure. So here comes now my move, my Body Slam. This is gonna take the shield out of play, but of course now I have to farm down with my Umbreon. So going for the move, I was not sure if that was the best play, but still I knew they would go for their own charge attack for sure. So we're gonna take the victory eventually, and everything that I'm gonna say, it's already lost words. Anyways, into the next one and the final one, trainers, with a double up on the lead. Kinda bad for our Pokemon because of double kick being super effective, and over time it's gonna add up in damage in combination with a much spammier Body Slams than my foul plays. Isn't that crazy? Because it is. Anyways, we're having here now on the Switch the Mac, and of course we can do so much work up against this Pokemon. So Mac work. Anyways, kinda humor stuff. Now Double will return into play. Seeing a Double up on the lead always makes me think that they have ABB teams at the back. I don't know why, but people tend to do it, and seeing the Mac at the back, I might think that they have a Grimer as well, so perhaps we can have the upper hand with our Ghost type remaining, especially against the poison type that has no answers up against our Pokemon, and it is gonna be the Grimer, so that's gonna be the end for this video. Thank you for watching, trainers, and for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, and of course subscribe to my channel if you are new to my content. With that said, I have 2 videos for you to check out, so feel free to do so, and I will see you all into the next one.